The sun hung low over the hills of Jerusalem, casting long shadows across the dusty earth. A heavy silence gripped the city, for the teacher had been taken and the end arrived. The followers wept in the shadows, their hearts shattered by the weight of a sudden loss. They laid him in a cold stone tomb, sealing the entrance with a massive heavy rock. Hope seemed to vanish like smoke in the wind, leaving only the bitter sting of grief. The world felt hollow, as if the very light of truth had been extinguished forevermore. But the earth held a secret, a quiet pulse beneath the soil that defied all despair. 3 days passed in a blur of sorrow, while the faithful waited in the dark uncertainty. At the first light of dawn, the women walked toward the tomb with heavy, burdened hearts. They expected only the scent of spices and the finality of death within the stone walls. Suddenly, the ground trembled beneath their feet, a tremor that shook the very foundations of fear. The great stone, once immovable, rolled aside with a thunderous sound that echoed through the valley. A brilliant light flooded the chamber, brighter than the morning sun rising over the distant hills. The tomb was empty, save for the linen cloths left behind in the stillness of dawn. An angel stood there, his presence radiating a peace that transcended all human understanding and doubt. He spoke words of comfort, telling them that the one they sought was no longer there. He has risen, just as he promised, the angel declared to the trembling, astonished women nearby. The news spread like wildfire, igniting a spark of joy in the hearts of the weary. They ran to tell the others, their feet barely touching the ground in their frantic excitement. Doubt turned to wonder as the realization began to dawn upon the gathered, waiting group. Could it be true that life had conquered the grave and light had overcome the dark? Then, he appeared among them, his presence filling the room with a calm, divine grace. He showed them his hands and his side, the marks of his sacrifice for all humanity. Their sorrow transformed into an overwhelming, radiant joy that could never be taken away again. He spoke to them of a new beginning, a path paved with love and eternal hope. The fear that had once paralyzed them melted away, replaced by a bold, unshakable faith. He walked with them, taught them, and reminded them that he would always be near. Though his physical form would soon ascend, his spirit remained as a constant, guiding light. He lives in the hearts of those who believe, a presence that never fades or ends. The story did not end in the tomb, but rather began a journey of endless grace. Every act of kindness performed in his name is a testament to his living, breathing love. The message echoed across the centuries, reaching every corner of the vast, wide, waiting world. He is the bread of life, the living water that quenches the deepest thirst of souls. In the quiet moments of prayer, his voice is heard, whispering peace to the troubled mind. The cross was not a defeat, but a bridge built to connect humanity to the divine. Through his resurrection, he conquered the sting of death and opened the gates of heaven. Now, he walks beside every person, a companion in the joys and trials of life. His love is the anchor in the storm, holding firm when the waves of life crash. No shadow is too deep for his light to penetrate, no heart too broken to mend. He is the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega of our existence. The promise he made remains true today, a beacon for all who seek the truth. He lives in the laughter of children, the beauty of nature, and the bonds of friendship. His spirit breathes life into the weary, lifting them up when they can no longer stand. We are never alone, for he is with us always, even to the end of time. The resurrection is the foundation of our hope, a reality that changes everything we know. It is a story of redemption, written in the language of sacrifice and infinite mercy. Let your heart be open to the truth that he lives and reigns forevermore today. The light of his life shines on, guiding us home through the journey of our days. Trust in his presence, for he is the shepherd who knows his sheep by name. He calls us to love one another as he has loved us, without any condition. This is the legacy he left behind, a mandate of love to change the world. Walk in the light of his resurrection, and you will never walk in darkness again. The power of his life is within you, a force for good in a broken. He is the hope of glory, the promise of a future filled with eternal peace. Hold fast to this truth, for it is the anchor of your soul and spirit. The story continues through you. In every word you speak and every deed you do, he lives, and because he lives, we too shall rise to a life of purpose. Let the joy of this truth fill your days and guide your every single step. The risen King is with us, now and forever. In every breath we take today, believe, for he lives, and his love will never, ever come to an end.